Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Sal, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of my new show called Motivate Yourself, where we're helping you find the motivation to go out there, turn your life around, achieve your goals, and find true happiness. On today's episode, I want to ask you, are you being for real with yourself? Now hear me out. Tony Robbins says, life is so much kinder than the stories that we tell ourselves. Now, if you think about it, how many times have we held ourselves back from doing something that we really wanted to do because we said something like, oh, I'm not ready to do that yet, or I don't have the resources for that, or my personal favorite one is, I don't have the time. Now, we all have the same 24 hours in the day, but I don't have the time. Now, although those thoughts might be true in the moment that you're feeling them, they're called limiting beliefs. And limiting beliefs are extremely detrimental to your progress in anything you're doing in life. They are literally what they sound like. They are beliefs that you have in your head that you've created from either an outside influence or your own thoughts and emotions that are limiting you from being all that you can be, that are preventing you from trying new things, that are preventing you from going out there and taking risk. And I don't want anybody out there to feel like, oh, because I have limiting beliefs, that must mean I'm weak. That must mean I can't be successful. Because that is a limiting belief itself. And it is absolutely false. Every single person out there, every single person you see that's successful in life has had those limiting beliefs. You just need to learn how to cope with them. That is the difference between successful people and non-successful people. Is successful people learn how to cope with these limiting beliefs. And on today's episode, I'm going to give you 3 tips to help you rewire your brain for success. And these tips are going to be off of an article that I read on TonyRobbins.com. So these tips are coming from Tony Robbins and his team personally. And I'll leave the link in the description for you guys to check it out after this video. Alright guys, let's get started. Step number 1. Examine your habits. Now I'm going to use obesity as an example because that is the most common issue in the United States, which is where I'm located. So let's take a look at how to conquer that. Now instead of focusing on the problem, what's the problem here? I'm fat, I'm overweight, I'm obese. That's all we think about. I need to lose weight. But a lot of us don't take the time to step back and see what habits have we grown that put us in this situation. Do we have unhealthy eating habits? Are we skipping daily exercise? Are we exercising at all? We didn't just wake up one morning and poof, we're fat. This has been a long time coming. We started building some unhealthy habits and it got out of control. We started gaining more and more weight and now we're puffy. Now, when you're examining these habits, it's so important. I can't stress this enough, guys, that you are brutally 100% honest with yourself. Because if you're not, you're never going to know what the problem is for you to fix it. You're not going to know where to start, what to fix. So please, when you're examining your habits, be 100% honest. You don't have to go out and tell anybody else. Be honest with yourself in your own head. Let's move on to step number 2, guys. Step number 2 is stay disciplined. Now that we know what those habits are that led us to get to the place that we're in today, we have to break those habits. We have to replace them with new, healthier, better habits. Now, one of the most important things to do to stay disciplined is to make a list of goals. And I want you to read those goals to yourself every single day. I personally like to do it in the morning as part of my morning routine. And if you want to see what my morning routine is, I have a video that I'll leave the link in the description. And I also have a video on how to set goals and execute them, setting sub-goals and all that stuff. It gets real into detail about it. I'll leave that link in the description for you guys too, so you can check it out. And another thing to do is, because, surprise guys, we're human, we're gonna slip up, we're gonna make mistakes. You need to learn to recognize when you're starting to slip and hold yourself accountable. Say, hey, step back. Hey, I shouldn't be eating that, or hey, I didn't exercise for a few days. I need to go out right now and go for a walk, or I need to put these chips down and go eat some celery. Because if you don't hold yourself accountable, nobody else will. And you'll just keep spiraling downward. And after a little while of not seeing results, you're going to give up altogether. So make sure you recognize when you're slipping up and hold yourself accountable, guys. We're going to move on to our 3rd and final step here. It is surround yourself with good people. Motivational speaker Jim Rohn says, we are the average of the 5 people that we spend the most time with. You know what that means? If 4 of your friends are alcoholics, are doing drugs, or going out and partying every night instead of trying to do something with their lives, guess who number 5 is going to be? You. But if your 4 friends are waking up early every morning, working out, going to the gym, eating healthy, taking care of themselves, guess what? That's what you're going to be doing more than likely. Because you're not going to have all that negativity around you to tempt you to do these bad things that are bad for your body. So you got to be careful with who you're keeping around, guys. And I know a lot of you guys feel bad, oh, we've been friends forever. I'm not telling you to give up lifelong friends. I'm not telling you to give up your family. Just limit the time that you spend with them. The quote says, we're the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. Not all our time. You could still spend time with your old friends and family, guys. Just make sure you're putting a majority of your time with people who are headed in the same direction as you want to be going. That's another big thing. A lot of us like to hang out with people who are headed in the same direction that we are going, and sometimes we're not going in the right direction. So hang out with people who are going in the direction that you want to be going, not the direction that you are going. And one last thing I want to add to that, guys, is stay away from yes men and enablers. Yes men are just going to be there in the background, yesing you to death, telling you what you want to hear. They don't care if you're on the right track or not. A lot of the times, these yes men are just people pleasers. They'll do or say whatever they feel will make you happy in the moment. They don't think about the long term. And enablers are another one to watch out for, because if you start falling into bad habits, a lot of times, not only will they just let it happen and not say a word to you, but sometimes they might even feed into it. Say you're trying to avoid eating out at restaurants and stuff because you're trying to stay home, cook, and eat healthier, and you're feeling like you're struggling right now, and you call your friend to talk about it, and your friend's like, oh, screw it, let's just go out to eat. It's just one time. It's not going to hurt you. That friend is an enabler. That friend is not pushing you towards your goal. That friend is preventing you from reaching your goal. They might not mean it. They might not be doing it maliciously, but they're doing it. So you have to be careful, guys. Can't stress this enough. Be careful with who you keep in your circle. So that's the 3 steps I got for you today to rewire your brain for success. Number 1, examine your habits. Number 2, stay disciplined. And number 3, surround yourself with good people. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And if you found this video beneficial and you learned something new here today, please smash that like button for me. Share this on your social media for your loved ones to see. Maybe they could take something away from this. And if you have any questions or ideas, please leave them down in the comment section below, guys. I'm going to leave a couple links for you guys for resources down in my description. And of course, you could go follow me on Instagram and TikTok at sal.n.motivation. Don't forget to subscribe to my page, guys, and tune in every Monday for another episode of Motivate Yourself. And I challenge all of you to go out there this week and be a better you. Till next time, guys. Peace.